Hey everybody, this is Glidercat, and it's time to play. We are back in Captain of Industry. Between episodes, spent quite a bit of time just kind of basically focusing on terraforming. You can see I've got a lot of land just the way I want it. There's a few little patches of rock I may have to dig up and replace with dirt, but lots of terraforming here in this kind of central area by the teeth of the skull and crossbones here. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with this sand. If I'm just going to cover it up or just have a sand mine, and once this is done, move over to the next little patch, mine that for sand down the road. It's a lot of land being just taken up with these little sand deposits. I'm not crazy about digging it up and just moving it all to one location to have to dig it up again. So I'm still thinking about what to do there. Had a little more terraforming going on over in this area. I think what I want to do in this area is start farming and place down some farms for the community. So build this land out, lots of farms, and then food production, kind of animals, bakeries, that kind of thing, all just to the right of the main colony over here. Then way over by the copper mining, been doing a lot of terraforming here. Most of this land on the screen, at least right now, is at level, what is it, +1, no, +2 above sea level, which is just where I want it. And most of it's dirt. Again, there's a couple little patches if we put down farms over here that I'll need to kind of dig up and replace with dirt, because I don't think a farm will place on any stone material at all. That'll prevent the farm from being placed, to the field at least. Bunch of this is already done. I can remove some of these designations, and basically we're just chipping away at this whole island in a flatness. This area I want to do a couple things with. One is I want to move our electronics part production and all of our copper smelting, copper production. Want to move it down to this lower plane, get all this out of here, eventually take up all this water too. And then we can just start bulldozing across and bring this land, which is at +10, bring this down to +2 as well. That'll give us a lot of fill to expand. That's one thing. Copper production, electronics production, all in this area. And then as we move over a little bit to the right, this is where I want to start doing like some sort of biofuel. I'm thinking of corn farms, and then maybe turning that corn. Let's show you here. We can turn corn into this corn mash. Or no, we can turn corn directly into animal feed with a mixer. It's not a bad rate. 72 animal feed every minute, it looks like, or every 60 cycles. And then that animal feed, oddly enough, if we look at that, for consumption, excuse me, I can actually burn that animal feed in a boiler with water, obviously, and we get steam high out of that. And there's not that much pollution, 24 exhaust. And we can process that exhaust. Get down to, is this all consumption? No, here's consumption. On the exhaust, we have a way of kind of taking 180 exhaust, turning that into 72 carbon dioxide, and we get a little sulfur and steam out of it. Oh, it does throw out some air pollution too, in addition to the carbon dioxide. Let's see. 60 exhaust throws out 30 air pollution. So 180 would be 3 times that, would be 90 air pollution. This gets us down to 24. And I wonder if it's just the carbon dioxide. But anyway, we could process the exhaust down a little bit and reduce air pollution, and then get off of burning coal for our electricity production on the island. And we can do, we can run boilers and steam generators anywhere. It doesn't need to be in close proximity to anything. So doing it way out here on this remote island, or kind of the far right side of our whole colony, this seems to make sense as a place where if we wanted to do that, we could do it. Let's look at one more thing. I was considering taking corn and turning it into ethanol, and then burning the ethanol in a boiler. That kicks out 48 carbon dioxide. Let's see what carbon dioxide on its own does. Does it tell us what that does in terms of air pollution if we just send that up? 60 carbon dioxide gets us, 15 air pollution. So 25% of that turns into air pollution. So we'll see. So that's one thing I want to do here. So food production for the colony, kind of way off to the left side, and then way here on the right side, do food production, make animal food, run it through a boiler, generate electricity for the island. Why I jumped in. So like I said, I've been doing a bunch of terraforming. I sent the ship out quite a few times as well. I repaired, I think, this oil rig here. Or no, it's about ready to be repaired. I need to go deliver. Explored some other things, fought some pirates, exposed some new nodes. Our tech tree, we've been moving along on that. We got ship upgrades for new weapons and armor. That's all in place. The things are just kind of humming along, and I've been waiting for more land. But the reason I decided to hit the record button now, we just hit kind of an event in game. If you look up top, it says we're short 28 workers. And here it says we lost 15. We're down almost 100 just in like the last 20 minutes of real life playtime at normal speed. And the reason is we have flu going on. Let's see if we can see where that's at. Disease. Will it tell us? Flu. Here it is. Current disease. Flu. This disease happens naturally and cannot be completely avoided. However, the impact of it can be significantly reduced by having a hospital provided with medical supplies. So that's something we need to get after. People are dying like crazy. The other thing going on, why I wanted to hit record, is I'm barely keeping up with our fuel production. I managed to run some boost on a couple of our refiners here. So we're climbing a tiny bit. And I've shut down several of my excavators just to conserve fuel. And we're also not keeping up on maintenance. If you look over on the right side of the screen, we're at 76%. The only way I can keep maintenance going up to 100% is if I put boosts on here. And so Unity's been stretched pretty darn thin. Fuel is stretched really thin. Now we have this big flu killing our people off. So we got a lot we need to take care of. So let's get on it. I want to take care of the flu situation. And I want to scale things back like tremendous until we recover. So what I mean by that is let's turn off all of our terraforming, folks. So I'm going to change their effective area just to somewhere where nothing's going on. So none of those guys will waste any more fuel, and we can slowly accumulate more fuel. I want to conserve Unity, so I'm going to take my boosts off here. Boom, boom. In terms of other mining that's going on, let's see what these guys are doing. They're doing terraforming right now. We have we could use a little copper. Let's get these guys not doing terraforming and put them on copper mining. I'll just change their area over to work the copper mine. Boom. And I can put a little more mining designation here, looks like. Actually, why don't they take out that chunk? Let's redraw the mining area. Edit area, let's do that. And then for the fill area, that's this guy. This is just controlling the dirt situation. I'm just going to move this over. And then I'll put some more mining designations in here just for copper mining. This is all done, so I'm just clearing out the noise. There's still a few nodes there that need to be gotten to. Oops, that didn't take. All right, that'll do. So those guys can get back to doing copper mining. We don't need to spend any time doing terraforming right now. What else? Coal looks fine. Iron has been... looks like it's a little low. These guys need new mining designations, I think. Let's do that. I was hoping I could put these guys on a pause, but we'll keep it going. Get rid of all this. And give them some more places to mine. You need to keep iron going. In fact, they can just have at it. All right, what else is going on that we can conserve resource? Got this guy can be paused. This is glass production or glass mix production. You can see the belts all backed up, so don't need to worry about that. I had electronics production shut off for a long time. I've just put it back on. So this is working on being refilled or catching up on that stuff. What else? Oh, for the flu. If we look at the flu situation, okay, the impact of it can be significantly reduced by having a hospital provided with medical supplies. All right, let's see. I think we unlocked the hospital in the tech tree already. So let's see if we can place one of those down. Clinic provides healthcare, increases overall health, gives extra unity. Is that the same thing? Clinic. This building needs to be provided with medical supplies in order to work. Gotta think that would help. Gives extra unity and also reduces the negative effects of diseases. So let's build that. Wow, 36 workers for the clinic. Oh, man. Let's get that built. We want to kind of save unity, but we also want to solve our problems here. 160 construction part 2s. We have just enough. Let's quick deliver that. I realize I'm paused here. Now that's going to need medical supplies, and we can get those from here. I believe there's a place that will give us some. Not those guys. Here. For 30, they'll give us 10 medical supplies. So I'm going to unpause. Boom. And let's trade. We don't have a lot of construction part 3s. But let's trade. This doesn't cost much unity, and these supplies will arrive instantaneously. Reputation needs to be level 2. Oh, no. All right. Let's donate parts, and let's get back to it here. Soon as our oil ship gets back, we're going to pause all of this stuff. In fact, I can pause these guys. We have a fair amount of crude oil in these 2 large tankers. When our ship gets back, we'll pause that, save the workers, see if we can get this ship out. We'll start loading the stuff we need for the settlement so we can donate to that settlement and hopefully get some medical supplies. I don't think I can probably craft medical supplies anytime soon on my own. I haven't even looked at that. Disinfectant, yeah, we don't have disinfectant. We don't have anything. We're going to have to trade for that. But keep an eye on the workers here. We have 56 unity. Unity's in the positive. I might turn off. Let's see. I might turn off the fuel saver just to save unity. We can go into here, see if we can bring in a few more people. There's 6. Nobody, I can't recruit people from here. These guys have 5 more for us. 10 we can adapt here. Let's grab them. Nothing there. And these guys we can take 10. We'll do it. We can... The sawmill is already paused. Our oil rig that we're working is here. We have 72 workers on that. I kind of want to keep that going if I can. All right, there's our ship. Let's pause that and free up workers. Oh man, there's no way I'm going to be able to send our big ship out, am I? 90. We need 90 crew because it's been It's been through some upgrades. Food is okay. It's actually been decreasing because I've been using the plenty of food edict. Oh, man, maintenance 2. That's costing us 2 unity. I'm going to turn... Oh, man. That's a little scary. I'm going to turn that off. That's going to get us 2 unity. We might be able to actually boost maintenance production just by freeing up those 2 unity, and we may actually be better off that way. Let's do that. Those 4 machines or 4 buildings are what I need to boost, and then usually the unity will catch up. I mean, the maintenance will catch up if I do that. Okay, we're short 5 workers, but we're down, I'd say 70 workers from where I was. What else can I take down? It looks like we have tons of construction part 1s. Let's pause all that to free up workers. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to let this guy still run. That's going to help us get those construction part 3s, and that's actually what this is construction part 2s. But those are slowly finding their way over here to where we're making construction part 3s, and that's what we're going to be able to trade to get the medical supplies. And the flu may pass. Yeah, it looks like it's already passed, so we don't even need to worry about the medical supplies right now. In fact, we can pause this. 36 workers. So that flu came and went fairly quickly, which is awesome. I do want to send this ship out, though, so we're prepared for next time. Okay, settlement, all required cargo is loaded. The oil rig, click to fetch the required materials for the ship. Let's go make a deal with that settlement so that we can trade for medical supplies in the future. But I need to free up a few more workers. We could do it from farms. We have 43. Unity is only plus 0.6. I need 90. I need 90 workers. 24 more is not going to do it. Boy, I need a ton of workers. I think I'm going to have to take the oil rig down for a bit. Don't like doing that at all. Leave that at 18. Okay, now we have 97. Let's quickly get this ship loaded. Where was the one with the medical supplies? These guys. Let's go deliver that cargo. This is going to allow us in the future to get medical supplies. That guy goes off. How many workers do we have? 7. 7 workers. We can maybe get one of these to drain out our oil tanker. I could also free up workers by pausing a lot of this equipment if we wanted to. We could get a few workers out of that. All right, let's look at what needs to happen here. We want food production here. If we put down the greenhouse, we have greenhouses now. These things are huge. We still need to terraform more. And if I rotate this guy, it's going to complain that the ground's not farmable. So we have a couple spots here that need to be dug up and replaced with dirt. A couple stretches here too. The challenge we have is excavators cannot get over here. But if we do one ramp where the glass mix is, then the excavators can go around this way and get to anywhere they need to, basically right there. The other option is we could just build a vehicle depot here. But let's do a ramp. And I think... yeah, let's start pulling this back and do a ramp. Just get on it. Get to work. Maybe from here. don't think I should be using Unity right at the moment to accelerate builds and things. I like to see that ramp up. All right, where's our ship? Our ship is there. Okay, we're done with that. Maybe we can go explore. We have enough fuel to do that. We're actually working on a fuel tank upgrade in the tech tree right now. I'm gonna let the Unity climb. How's maintenance is at 86%, so I think that is actually climbing too. That's all good. Fuel, like I said, we have a lot of the terraforming turned off, so hopefully we can actually still climb on our fuel. How are we doing? That one's empty, so let's do this. A little goofy, but it'll work. We have tons of wood. That's not an issue. All right, that is cleared. Let's get a ramp down. In fact, let's pull this belt back and then bring that down, and then it'll tell us where we can start the ramp. Do that first, actually. This can go all the way back. You to you. Then we'll take one of our terraforming excavators or something and get working on that. Limestone and sand. We could probably mine some sand. And I have this is our fill tower, but I'm going to use this temporarily to mine some sand. So I'm going to create a new work designation right here. Get rid of whatever's there, and let's mine a little bit of sand. Mining level. And then I'm just going to transfer a couple excavators over there, or at least one. One and maybe 3 trucks. We'll get a little bit of that sand stored up. Not sure where they are. It could be these paused guys. In fact, I can unpause these now. It might be one of those excavators that I actually selected. So we'll see. Iron is bouncing back. Look at that. Super quick. Did our belt get deconstructed? It looks like it did. Right here. Let's see if we can bring that down to ground level. There's a little bit of a train lip here that we got to come over. Let's do it. Is it a 2 or a 1? It moves pretty slow. That's conveyor 2. All right, we'll do it. Need to use up the construction part 3 as we're not doing so hot on those right at the moment. Yeah, that's the earliest I can get to ground level. I do kind of want to line up. Let's go one more over. I want to line up with this belt over here. Looks like I got to push out one more at height. Then come out and come down. That is the first spot I can come down. Oops. Bear with me here while I work the controls. That's our spot right there. Boom. Now let's put a ramp down. How's things looking here? Maintenance is back where it needs to be. We'll save the Unity in a minute. I'm sure fuel is fine. We'll just go with the small ramp. And I guess... should we go... Let's do right there. Boom. We're going to have to pull this belt back a bit. You can go to there, though. Gotta pay attention to where the pillar is going to end up. I guess it doesn't matter now that they have the ramp, right? All right, let's turn off our boosts. Save some unity where we can. Okay, we're down 2 workers. Location explored. Got some stuff out of that. Ships back in port. Let's see. What can you do now? Fetch material onto the ship for the oil rig. Let's do that. Putting required materials. Thought we had the ship ready. We're going to send the ship out again, so I'm just going to let it do its thing. Let it stay staffed for now. And we'll toggle these guys. Again, it's pretty silly, but we'll do it. Need a few more workers. I'm going to pause this guy. That's the guy making fertilizer out of this material. How is that doing, actually? Is that backing up? Not too bad. Biomass. Production. All right, that's fully staffed now. Are you ready? Not yet. Loading the required materials. We're going to repair an oil rig. It's this one way out here. Oh, the other thing on the map I saw, which was kind of cool. Way out here, once we get the fuel tank upgrade, because I can't go out here now, there's actually a rock mine. So so that may assist us in expanding our territory. So I'm kind of intrigued by this. Kind of like that idea. We just had to find a place to put a new cargo depot. We could maybe over here where we're not doing a lot of terraforming. I mean, we're tearing out land here. We're generating mostly iron. And then the iron, we're getting maybe a little rock out of this. And we're obviously getting slag from smelting. But over in this area, to get landfill, there's not a lot. There'll be some over here, I guess, once we start bulldozing this thing flat. But it might make sense to expand this a little, try and get another cargo depot here, and just bring in rock and just fill this all in. And this may be like the new farming area. And then where these farms are, we can expand the colony, have the housing blocks spill into this area, and then maybe food processing, anything to, I don't know what we have to do to make meats and all that kind of stuff. There's a bunch of different food. Where is the food stuff? And I guess this is the same screen. I thought there was a screen that showed me all the different food types. There is. I just don't see it. Here it is. Click on one of the settlements. So these are all the different food types. Protein, eggs, tofu. This looks like some kind of sausages or something. Bread. Cake is really complicated. Treats. I think this is basically like potato chips. But all that processing I thought could be somewhere over here, and the food growth be over here. All right, let's get back to it. Let's see if we can connect up now. That all looks good. Level 2, I like it. Now we can build a mind control tower over here. So we're not having to hunt these down. This will just be the one for this area, I guess. And I'm not going to quick build. I kind of want to save Unity if I can. Looks like we're doing actually pretty good. I might use some of this Unity to do a food saver. Where might you be? This one. Just so we can get these food stocks back up to be really full. This kind of saves my bacon a lot of times when we need to take down the farms. So I'd like to replenish those supplies. How are we doing on the ship? Okay, all required cargo is loaded. Let's send the ship out. Repair this oil rig. This is just not urgent, but something we can get to while we have the crew. People are down. Like I said, I was up to like 960 or something population. We're at 899. Health is tiny bit positive. Maintenance is holding steady. Fuel is actually climbing, even without the boost, so that's good. It's basically because we took down all our terraformers. They're kind of sitting idle right now. We do want to get those back up and running in a bit. Oh, this is dirt. Interesting. Or it's kind of mixed, right? Interesting. How's copper looking? We put these guys back onto mining. Oh, man. Yeah, they're done. Let's get these guys somewhere else. Back to their terraforming. Oh, my trucks are tied up now filled with copper. We're running single speed too. I'm kind of surprised. They'll burn through that fairly quickly, and these trucks will start freeing up. Excavators are on their way. Yeah, they do their thing. That's fine. Okay, we can do this silliness. Boink, boink. Ship's on its way to the oil rig. That'll be done. We'll see if we can actually go to this limestone quarry. On this same trip, same tank of gas. Nope. Heading all the way back. I do want to make sure that oil well is turned off. Once it builds, I think it's automatically going to turn on. We can fast forward for that. Unity's doing pretty good. Yeah, at the start of the episode, I was pretty scared with the illness and everything. Oh, no. I didn't mean for the ship to visit that. Basically, just want to turn this off. Pause it for now. That's not a very big deposit. 780,000. I think our other ones are bigger. Yeah, there he goes. He's going back home. All right, oil rig was repaired. I like it. We could do more map stuff. Take a look. Okay, we are able now to buy the medical equipment. And we can adopt more people if we want. Let's not do that right now. My control tower is built. I'm going to grab 2 of my terraformer trucks. Actually, just 1 is all I need. Pop them over here. You and a couple of you guys. And let's get you a designation. That designation that you see is this big hill one. Let's, what can we do about that? You can go. You make that a little smaller. I don't think it's the end of the world if they're overlapping. I just don't want to fill with the wrong material. That's not the one I'm looking for. Which one are you? Okay, that's the one I want. Sorry. I want to rename this. Boom. And then these guys need some designations. Let's do it. Basically just got to dig out where we have stone. We'll go extra wide just to make sure we get it all. I can do some designations here, and then we'll open up the area so they can actually get to these. That can all go. Okay. And we got one more over here, looks like. Let's do it. Like I said, I'm going a little extra wide. I just want to make sure that this gets cleared. I put in a +1 fill designation here. We want flat. +1. Actually, no, I don't want this. Leave that open just in case we need a dump. Maybe we'll leave a kind of a river coming out this way and a river coming out this way. All right, that guy's doing his thing, and we'll eventually be able to put a farm here. Fill designations. These are all at +2, and they're under the mind control tower. That's going to limit that to dirt. All right, how are we doing over here? Ship is back. What do we have out here? We have pirates. We have another village here. I'd like to find the fruit too, but let's go battle. Show you. If we look in the tech tree, this is the other thing I was considering. I'm not sure if I talked about this last episode or not. Down here where we have fruit, there's a recipe, just fruit straight into fuel gas and compost. Compost we could use for landfill. And the fuel gas we could obviously use to power the island. But the fuel gas, I think, is a little more polluting than burning the animal food. Let's see. Fuel gas kicks out 48 carbon dioxide. We get 48 steam for 48 carbon dioxide. Here you get 48 steam for 24 exhaust. I think that's better. Let's see what exhaust does. For pollution, does it show? So it's half. Half of the exhaust is pollution. So if you get 60 exhaust, you get 30 pollution. Ooh, carbon dioxide is much less, right? 25%. Interesting. There's so many products, so many things. I can't even keep it all straight. What's best? Suppose I could take an hour and just get a pen and paper and figure it out, but not too keen on doing that. Let's pause this guy. How are we doing on workers? We're up to 12. Might actually kick one of these on. Fuel's doing well, really good. Bounce back fast, turning off our terraforming crews. These guys are dumping. I hope that's all dirt. Should be. This guy's mining designation needs to be, or area needs to be opened up a bit. Get to these other plots. And then this guy. You can. You need to be pretty big. You're going to need to do this. In fact, you could do this whole area. This basically just makes it so that nothing can be filled. No fill other than using dirt. And I'm fine with that for here. Go ahead and put some fill designations here. Boom. But yeah, over here I'm lacking fill material or an easy way to get it down here. The closest thing I have is maybe some of this slag. This isn't really belted together yet. But I'd love to have a way of expanding this faster. I guess our closest way of doing it would be over here. Get a terraforming crew doing this, but they're going to chew up and they're going to chew into a bunch of oil. Ooh, battle. Looks like we are maybe superior. Our armor is. Yeah, we just took out one of his strong guns. Nice. Just more parts. Anything there? Nope. Just a node. Our new village here, I'm kind of interested in exploring that. All right, Unity's doing great. Maintenance is holding. Again, the maintenance is benefiting from us not running. I'm not running all my terraforming crew. A lot of them are just sitting idle, but it's allowing us to kind of bounce back a bit. So that's going to get filled in. What about over here? So I don't want to move the copper production over here. Is there copper production and farming? Now, if we look at the copper deposits, they're all kind of, well, I guess this is kind of the middle. We got a bunch there. I don't know if there's any more on the map. Almost doesn't look like it, does it? Just that big giant cluster. We have some oil here. There's not a whole lot underground there. I don't think we'll even bother with it. All right, so where can we put copper smelting, all of this stuff? Maybe right smack dab in the middle. Let's see about doing that, actually. We could take it as it is. We're still trucking over the coal, but it hasn't been a big problem. There is actually coal over here, isn't there? Up ahead? Yeah, way up ahead. So this is our copper. How do we want to do it? Kind of want to get away from having modular, like have these ratios all work out. If that makes any sense. I'd like to have a scalable array of like this section and then scalable arrays of this stuff as needed. Let's just take the smelters first. Copy this stuff, and we may change things around a bit. I wouldn't mind having more. Let's grab it. Let's go from here. So that's kind of a smelting module. Oh, you know what? We have an upgraded blast furnace we can use. Let's look at the recipe for that. Glad I remembered that just now. Okay, blast furnace 2. Let's see what we can do with copper. Copper ore crushed, and sand and coal gets us all the goodies. And I believe we have that unlocked now. We would need to crush copper. Let's see how we make that. Is it in the list? It is not. Maybe I don't have the ability to crush copper yet. Let's see for copper if it shows. Copper ore. Yeah, crusher. Copper ore, crush copper ore. That we may want to incorporate this crusher. 3636. So let's do that. Let's start kind of from scratch. I'm going to put down blast furnace 2. I should do this in planning mode. Let's try that. Planning mode. Blast furnace 2. Copper. Be anywhere. How about up here? This one. We're going to need sand. We do have sand nearby. We'd have to set up some mining. In fact, we've got the ability to set up a sand mine right there. Already have a ramp going down into the sand. So we'll try to make use of this recipe. I'm guessing it's going to stretch the copper out more. In fact, the blast furnace 2 doesn't even have the basic recipe, does it? It won't work on regular copper. I would like to see the base recipe real quick. Pressure is 1:1, so that doesn't get us any more material. This is 24 copper to 24 molten copper. This is 36 to 48. Yeah, we get a bunch more copper just by adding some sand. And it looks like it's going to use more coal though, right? 15 coal for 48 copper. 15, 48. 15 for 48. Nope, it's less coal too. It would be 18 for 48. So that's definitely what we want to do. But we have a few different inputs that need to come in here now. Coal, copper, and sand. Copper, sand, and coal. Let's see if we can do the belts for these. Six. So these. Just looking, I can use regular belts for this, and I want to come up. See if this lets me do this. Just trying a different technique for making the belts. Okay, that's a higher speed conveyor. The idea being that these guys, let's see, will connect up to this one that has higher capacity. So I want to reverse the direction on all these. Then I want this guy to snap on. That was a misclick. High speed conveyor here. Regular speed here. Good connect in. And then we want to do the same thing across the top. So I need high speed conveyor. Higher speed. In fact, these all need to go back by one, I think. Yeah, let's do that. We'll get it figured out. It's going to take a minute. It will not be put it right next to it. That's what I want. this guy out. Just want to move it back one. I'm not sure the directions on these, what they're going to end up being. Basically, just want to get a basic layout so I know the spacing. It's kind of what I'm working on right now. Boom. Like I said, the belt directions I'll worry about in a minute. This guy is complaining. Are they complaining? There's no way I can't really see the direction on the ghosted version of this, can I? Okay, this one's not connected. That's fine. I'll take care of that. Okay, it needs to be taken back even further, it looks like. Oh, shouldn't. Okay. Had the R key pressed. I think should be happy there. Level 1 belt. Okay, why it says these aren't connected is a little beyond me. See if toggling direction solves that. All right, so that's feeding into a smelter, theoretically. Blast furnace, level 2. Let me just see what's going on the rest of the island here while we're doing this. Shipyard. What else can we do? We have 3 workers. I want to keep the ship moving. Why don't you go battle that? Feels looking good. I got to get this oil rig going. Our crude oil is out. Once the ship comes back, we'll empty the crew and get the oil rig back online. We do need more workers. Unity's looking really good. Let's see if we can recruit and then staff up our oil rig. So there's 10. There's 4 more. There's 10. Another 10. There's 10. Another 4. That guy has nothing for us. Here's 10 more. And let's go to the oil rig. And let's get this boosted up to, yeah, like 72 workers. That's pretty good. And there's enough for at least one load once our main ship gets back. We'll send out the cargo ship to fetch some oil. That should be good. Food, how's food looking? I think we have food saver on now. We starting to accumulate? Not much. Like, I mean, there's a ton of food in here, but I want a ton times 4. Now, this guy's still doing his excavating. Looks like that patch got done. We can put in fill designations for that. Clear out this. It's still within the realm of the one that only allows for dirt. We should be safe to do that. Get rid of this one. Is all filled and looks good. Looks like it's all dirt. They have no problems putting a farm down there. North fill tower has no. That's fine. That guy was mining some sand. Yeah, sand is replenished. Looks like we could take out a little bit more. Let's do it. Let's do it. At least another row. Like that's already been mined. That is this guy. Let him mine a little more sand. Replenish our hoppers full of that stuff. Still a little short on workers. I've got enough to turn on the glass mixer though. Let's do it. Fuel tank upgrade. That's awesome. Let's get that queued up. think we can do it over here. Fuel tank, boom. Continue. 300 steel, we should have plenty. Yeah, we've got 1100 at least. Like I said, we'll wait for the ship to come back. He's on his way, exploring a limestone site. He's going to run into pirates soon. Where was I? I was over here looking at our new copper production stuff. This guy's going to kick out 48 molten copper. Slag will route somewhere nice. Okay, molten copper. Then we're going to do this thing to get the good copper, right? Like we're fighting. Let's go take a look. They're taking it to us this time. As long as we keep our weapons, we'll be all right. All right, nice. Limestone quarry. That guy's coming back in for repairs. Tell you what, let's wrap this episode here. Next episode, we're going to continue to work on this, getting the copper going. And then we'll quickly move, I think, to getting our first maybe corn farm. Looks like we have, like I said, some stone we got to mine up. But yeah, if we can get copper production going, then we can take down this stuff and start aggressively terraforming in here. We need to set up a sand mine to feed our new copper production. That's going to be interesting to see. We could also use the rock that we potentially mine from out here to make our own sand. If it gets to be difficult to mine the sand on the map, because it's kind of goofy the way it's set up here. All these little teeth. There is a couple more sand deposits up here. We could always grind rock into it. I think it's worth doing the updated recipe. It's going to take more power because we do have to crush all that copper. But we'll do it. We'll get it figured out. For now, though, this is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this series. If you do, please remember to click that like button. That lets me know that you guys would like to see this series continue. Also want to thank Glidercat patrons and channel members. Deeply appreciate the support of the channel. Others would like to help keep this channel alive. You can find links to do so in the description. I'd be grateful for the support. And I'll see y'all in the next episode.